The Mavs have something in Cooper Flagg, 100%. It's been a struggle to start his rookie year, in large part, I think, because of what is surrounding him. I think he is being put in difficult situations for sure, and I don't know if the supporting cast around him is one that is really built as of right now to cater to his strengths. At the same time, there's some real talent there. 100%. 35 points, becomes the youngest player in NBA history to score 35 points. I think breaking LeBron's record. Anytime you can break a record from LeBron, that's a pretty great thing. Did this on a very short-handed Mavs team. No Anthony Davis, who did return yesterday against the Lakers, but didn't play in this game. Then also no no Derek Lively, no Daniel Gafford, no PJ Washington, who like sprained his ankle on a basketball before the game started or something goofy like that is what it sounded like. Klay Thompson scores 23 points, 6 to 10 from 3, though, has a really, really nice shooting game, which has been a struggle for him at points so far this year. D'Angelo Russell is now fully out of the rotation. He didn't get injured or anything. It says DNP-CD for PJ Washington. It was not a coach's decision. He got injured. D'Angelo Russell, on the other hand, has not played the last 2 games at all, which is strange. I just think D'Lo's time in Dallas as a contributor might already be over, and there you go, I guess. My honest thoughts are, I know D'Lo's got his struggles for sure, but offensively, he does provide some things to this team. And there's a part of me, and the efficiency hasn't been there this year, really, especially from the three-point line, and the defense is questionable, but I don't really know. And then, I feel like Derek Lively's growth has been stunted so much without Luka Doncic. He doesn't feel like the same impact guy. He's averaging 4 points and 5 rebounds a game. It just feels like his growth has been stunted so much this season. Daniel Gafford has been solid, but again, neither of those guys' numbers jump off the page at you at all. And I think in large part because they're being... The paint is just always so clogged on this team. Nobody can shoot the ball at a high level besides Max Christie and I guess Klay, who has not shot the ball very well to start the season, but seems like he is starting to find his groove a little bit. But this team just doesn't have any shooting besides that. You know what I mean? PJ Washington's a competent shooter. Najee Marshall is a competent-ish shooter, although he hasn't shot the ball well this year. I think Coop is going to be a good shooter, but I think he's being asked to do a lot this early in his career. What is really encouraging, though, he's 18 years old. I guess he's about to be 19, but he's 18 as of right now still. He's shooting 54% from two-point range. I know his overall efficiency isn't spectacular, but he's shooting the free throw well, which is a good indicator for his future jump shooting ability. He shot 38% from 3 in college. I think his three-point shot is going to be fine. He's got plenty of time to refine and improve that, and he's shooting 4 a game, which is good. I want him to continue to shoot them when they're there. I think eventually those shots will start to fall, especially as he gets more spacing and more of a capable roster around him over time. I know the Mavs have said they're not trading Anthony Davis. I think that's ridiculous. I know AD is still a great player. He does not fit this roster. I think he is stunting the growth, in all honesty, of some of these other guys that we need to develop and grow. Because I don't think Anthony Davis is a big part of the Mavericks' future in all likelihood. Now, Kyrie should be back at some point, but I seriously wonder if they even should bring Kyrie back this year. I know that maybe that sounds crazy, but man, I don't know. There is a real part of me here that I'm like, you kind of just have to tank this season at this point. In my opinion, their season is kind of over already. They just don't have enough floor spacing on the court, period. They're the worst offense literally in basketball this year. Again, why you don't trade Luka Doncic. I've said it so many times and griped about it and complained about it so many times. They have the 4th best defensive rating in basketball. They're a very good defensive basketball team, but their offensive rating is the worst in the league, behind even the Pacers, the Wizards, and the Pelicans. It is just god awful. They have the worst assist to turnover ratio in basketball. They don't even rebound that well, which you would think they'd be a great rebounding team, but they're towards the bottom of the league in rebounding as well in terms of rebounding percentage. They turn the ball over too much, 100%. They have one of the higher turnover rates in the league. They just overall, they're not an efficient team. They're one of the least efficient teams in basketball, shooting the ball as well. Second worst in basketball in that, in ineffective field goal percentage. Just stat after stat after stat on the offensive end of the court is yeah, the Mavs are the worst or one of the worst, kind of across the board on the offensive end of the court. I'm sorry, get what you can for Anthony Davis in terms of draft pick assets, maybe a young player. I don't think the package for an Anthony Davis would be what it once was, with him being, 32 years old, expensive contract, likely. I mean, he's 35 and making a lot of money still here in a couple of years. But there's a part of it that's like, I think you just get what you can get. And then you build around Cooper Flagg. You try to get Derek Lively back into the player that you want him to be. Now, he's having a lot of injury issues. I'm really concerned about the Derek Lively situation, honestly, because his growth seems like it's stunted, and then he's out with a foot injury. He's not missing a ton of time as of right now, but this is the second time he's been out already with a foot injury this year. He was out with a foot injury last year. Like, I'm really concerned about that. And honestly, besides that, who are the young pieces on this team? I mean, Max Christie's been really good. He's been the most efficient Mav, especially the most efficient Mav guard this year. I think he is a building block role player for sure on this team. I hope they don't get rid of him. But when you look at the youth on this team, it is Cooper Flagg, Max Christie, Derek Lively, maybe Ryan Nembhard. I don't think Jaden Hardy's a long-term piece at this point, probably. I'm not sold on him defensively, nor am I sold on his decision-making and his finishing offensively. Moussa Cissé's been decent, but I don't think he's one of those main guys who's going to be here for the long haul as a key contributor, probably. We'll see. But yeah, you look at this roster. I think Kyrie comes back next year, and you let him heal and recover all year this year. You try to bring him back healthy next year and let him be that guy next to Cooper Flagg who can be a stabilizing force, quality leader, a great talented offensive player, great shot maker, take a little bit of stress off of Cooper Flagg offensively. You get what you can for Anthony Davis at the trade deadline this season. And most importantly, you then tank. Like, really tank. Because this year's first-round pick is the last first-round pick that the Mavs have full control over until like 2031. They owe OKC a pick swap in 28. In 29, I think they will get a pick, but Houston's going to be able to pick swap that pick if they want. They do have the Lakers unprotected 2029 pick as well. Thanks. Not worth it, but whatever. They got that pick obviously in the Luka trade. 2030, they owe San Antonio a pick swap, and then they do have their own 2031, 2032 picks unprotected. But as of right now, they won't likely have a first-round pick next year because it's top 2 protected. And this year they do have their own first-round pick, but yeah, I mean, I don't see why. Mark Cuban came out and said something a couple weeks ago, like, yeah, we're not trading Anthony Davis because we're trying to win. You're not winning. Your offense is terrible. And I understand Anthony Davis has not played that much. How many games he played? He's only played 6 games. Having him back will help on the offensive end some. But you just don't have a roster that is capable in terms of real floor spacing. Even the guys who are supposed to be these quality floor spacers on your team, some of your bench guards like Brandon Williams and D'Angelo Russell, guys who have not shot the ball well this year. D'Lo is clearly fallen out of favor with J. Kidd entirely and is basically out of the rotation at this point. I'm not certain he'll be a Mav for that much longer, to be totally honest. Ryan Nembhard's not a particularly good shooter. He's at least a point guard, a good playmaker and stuff, but he's still not really a shooting point guard, and he's extremely small. Besides Max Christie, who, to be fair, did not play well last night, I don't know who on this roster you can build around besides Cooper Flagg right now, but you need to build around Cooper Flagg. I like a lot of the role players, Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, guys like that on this team. I still can't believe they traded Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin. That trade gets overlooked in the wake of the Luka trade, but that was also a terrible Nico Harrison move, like absolutely awful. And look, they've been injured all year. I understand this team will likely be better if they're healthy, but my goodness, please just blow it up. Please, just build around Cooper Flagg, get the trade assets you can for Anthony Davis, tank this year, get a high lottery pick, get somebody else who can be a key contributor in the future next to Coop, and let's try to build something around him, Max Christie, a couple other guys here over the next couple of years, and maybe you can really turn it into something. I think Kyrie can be a great veteran leader for this team, but I just hope that's next year, because at this point I think you really just need the best draft pick you can this year, because let's be honest, the playoffs are already probably a pipe dream if we're being realistic with ourselves. Let's look at the playoff standings. I mean, they could absolutely squeak into the play-in. The West is surprisingly weak besides the top 8 or so, but they are not even close, not even in the realm of like discussion, let alone with OKC. We can ignore OKC. With the Lakers, the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Spurs when healthy, probably the Timberwolves, those next 5 or 6 teams, even after the Thunder, it's a different level. It's not even close. So blow it up and just let the season be what it's going to be. Get a high draft pick. Let's build around Cooper Flagg. It's frustrating as a Mavs fan because none of this ever needed to happen. We could have had this incredible Luka Doncic-led team that had made the finals and had a chance to be really, really competitive for years to come, and also seemed like the only team in the league that kind of had OKC's number for the most part. And yeah, that's not happening anymore. It is what it is. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.